Now, judging by how a lot of you are acting about Halo Infinite, if you asked me to clean your apartment and I decided I'm going to piss on your couch while I'm doing it, that will be okay. That's permissible as long as I don't charge you. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I absolutely disagree. Because the ultimate cover at the end of the day is the price tag. When you go to the store and you want to buy anything from an action figure to a sofa, you look at what? The price tag. I'm going to show you two of my toys that I own. This one is an amiibo I bought on Amazon. It's a Japanese import, and I was just in a really big Legend of Zelda mood, and I dropped $33 on this guy. Okay, but a couple months before, several months before, I was at Target and I saw this guy. He was $10. This Master Chief is great. I fiddle with him when I'm editing or recording audio. I pose him around. He's Master Flippin' Chief, and it's a great little articulated figure, has a stand, and had a little bit of downloadable content that came with it. I like having this. I look over at that amiibo though, and I'm like, you cost me my livelihood. I mean, the in-game content that it gave me for Breath of the Wild was nice, but it wasn't $33 nice. Then again, to get a suit of armor in Halo Infinite, it cost about $20, and that's just fucking pathetic. But you know what I'm getting tired of? I'm getting tired of people that don't want to pay for things. I mean, what the hell happened to people? You want a product, right? You want it to be a fulfilling, juicy experience. You want it to be something you stock up and stay up for. You want it to be something worth telling your friends to buy, right? So not Battlefield 2042. You don't want a game with 3 half-assed experiences. You want a full ass when you drop $60. And, you know, unfortunately, and you might say, oh, he's one of them, and you get the fanboy tribalism bullshit. Look, I got no code, no creed, no flag. I just play whatever's fun. And besides that, I'm not talking about the experience, you mongoloids. I'm not talking about wanting to play a game. I'm talking about what do you get when you buy one. Essentially, look at it this way. What does a Call of Duty fan this year get compared to a Halo fan? Well, a Halo fan doesn't have to pay anything. 1 point for the Halo fan. A Halo fan is also not getting a product they probably would have paid for or would have been happy to pay for. They're getting a product that has to be free. Deduct 10 points. Call of Duty this year provided a huge upgrade over the usual annual release garbage we've been seeing from Call of Duty. I love Modern Warfare 2019, and Cold War had moments, I think, but the problem was those games were playing content catch up with all of their future free updates. And it was spread thin, you know, you had Fireteam Dirty Bomb and Ground War and Gunfight. You know, before that with Black Ops 4, you had Zombies and Blackout and multiplayer, and they didn't even have room or time for a proper campaign. Great. But with Call of Duty Vanguard, you get a piddly Zombies mode, and then a good 5 to 10 hour campaign, depending on how you play it. And then, and get this, a complete multiplayer experience. Literally everything they add to Vanguard multiplayer-wise will be a genuine bonus. It's not playing catch-up. Like, the game has 17 traditional multiplayer maps in it, and then 4 Champion Hill experiences, which I don't like that. But I don't care about Champion Hill. I like traditional multiplayer. Sweet. And I got all the maps I could ever ask for. I got large, big, tiny, medium. I don't know why I said large and big. I got a shit ton of guns. They each have 60 to 70 levels to progress through. I can, you know, unlock camos and attachments and complete challenges and go on kill streaks. It's fun. My standards for $60 games are low. Sorry, I said I wouldn't talk about the experience, just the product. Either way, I didn't feel like I got shafted. I don't feel like I spent $60 and now I spin around in my chair waiting for them to actually release something that would have been worth that price tag. To give you context, kids, Vanguard has 3 seasons worth of Cold War content. Vanguard launched 3 seasons ahead of the previous COD game. Now, you can give the Call of Duty franchise all the shit you want. I'll probably agree with most of it. But hey, that's a sick deal for Call of Duty fans. The price tag is important because it has weight to it. It has a premium standard that goes along with it. If Black Ops Cold War was free to play, I'd be like, yeah, this is lackluster, but I guess it didn't cost me anything. That's where I'm at right now with Halo Infinite. No ray tracing, no Forge, no firefight, no co-op. But I guess I'll get it with Game Pass, so it's not a big deal. Doesn't kill me inside. Is this the future of games? What service is your game attached to? What subscription service gives you your game? I mean, if it's just a part of your subscription service, who cares? You're not mad when Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime Video releases a new show because it doesn't cost you anything. You can choose to watch it or not. And if you're a Halo fan, you're gonna play Halo Infinite, regardless of what it launches with. It could launch with one gun and one map, and there's still gonna be somebody like, Halo is back, baby. I like Halo Infinite. I think it's a fun game. But I don't want this to be the future of gaming. I do not want the multiplayer to be free to play, randomly dropped during a 20th anniversary celebration, call it a beta with a packed in-game store. It's still hilarious to me. Vanguard released with an empty store and no new battle pass. We'll have to wait till December 8th for that. Halo's beta is like, hey, do you want armor? Spend $20 for armor. That's hilarious to me. That's super, super funny. But the context is different. When Vanguard adds a bunch of cosmetics, it'll be on top of a game that felt worth $60. And when Zombies gets free maps and modes, and when multiplayer gets free maps and weapons and modes, it's just gonna feel like extra. It's just cherries on top of my surprisingly filling sundae. I really wasn't expecting much from this series after Cold War. Halo Infinite? Well, it's free to play, I can't complain. And it's gonna add all this stuff later down the line, so I can't be angry. Like, yeah, I mean, co-op campaign in Halo is like a tradition for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. A lot of people play Halo campaigns with a friend when they come out. I was gonna play Halo Infinite's campaign by myself first, but then either with my girlfriend or my buddy Dylan right after. That's not happening. Making Forge maps? Yeah, can't do it. And it's like, well, what's the price tag? Do you have any buyer's remorse? No, of course not. How would I have buyer's remorse? Nothing Halo Infinite is doing is costing me anything unless I want some cosmetics. I mean, this video is ignoring the fact that the sole progression system in Infinite is a challenge-based battle pass that, if you don't put money into, barely gives you anything for the amount of time you have to put in, so don't tell me it's optional. No, you have to pay for the progression system. Don't kid yourself, that's pathetic. I guess this video could be doing a better job at ignoring that, to be fair. Call of Duty's battle passes, if you don't pay anything for them, yeah, you get very little, but, you know, you get the weapons, and in Call of Duty, that's sort of the big thing. Halo has a sandbox. If they start pouring in tons of power weapons and new additions to the game's gun roster, the balance will start to fade, and that could be a detriment to the series. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm not trying to hypothesize. I'm just saying, it's messier, right? What am I supposed to expect? Well, there was no price tag. A free couch on the side of the road doesn't cost you anything. So the ticks and dog hair don't really bother you as much. But if you go to Target and you spend like $1,000 on a couch, and you kind of want it to not have ticks and dog hair, right? It's a simple thing, kids. I want that premium standard. I want that premium standard so bad. Not because I want to spend $60. No one in their right mind wants to spend $60. But because I want, when I do spend $60, for it to feel genuinely worth it. For it to feel like a fulfilling, juicy experience. I want the post-launch content to be cherries on a sundae, not the rest of the sundae. Let me put it this way, and I'm just using Halo Infinite as an example, but of course what I'm talking about is free-to-play games in general. So, first things first, experience-wise, Infinite's fun, minus its controller settings. But product-wise, I would rather the game be delayed a year and to launch with everything we're gonna have to wait for. Dynamic weather, Forge, Firefight, more multiplayer maps, co-op campaign, all of that. Okay, all of that in one $70 package, 60 for last gen, 70 for new gen. That's what I would want. Like I said in my previous video, Halo Infinite isn't a definitive version of itself. But to add on to that, it doesn't have to be. Where's the price tag? Where's the obligation? And then the fanboys come out. They have to defend every aspect of Halo Infinite. Because, well, it's free to play and it's just in a beta state. Look, kids, if a beta has a packed store, then it's not a beta. Okay, it's not a beta. It might be an early release. They might be working on some patches that were originally going to come out on December 8th, you know, launch day patches, but don't kid yourself. This is a completed game. This is what they want you to do. They want you in the ecosystem as fast as possible. They put it out early to compete with Battlefield and Call of Duty and to get money in, to get that ecosystem flowing. You don't have a product worth, lining up outside of a Best Buy for. No, it's a service, it's an ecosystem. It's not something you can have high expectations for because of what they're not charging you, but eventually, if this game lasts as long as Halo 5 did, which is around 6 years, they will get way more than $60 out of you by then. Because all you have to do, if this game lasts as long as Halo 5, is spend $15 a year. And they'll have made more than $60 off of you. But we know there's gonna be multiple seasons a year. We know that if you don't feel like buying the game and you're just gonna keep your Game Pass subscription up so you can play Halo Infinite, especially when they add the later features, then they're getting way more than $60. That's the goal. Keep the water wheel of cash flowing. Look, I know this is the first Halo game in 6 years. I feel that. Halo's a big fucking deal to me. I feel that. And as an Xbox guy, we don't get those tentpole genre-defining exclusives, So it's nice to get one. It's nice to get a genre-defining game that's popular and fun. And yes, that free-to-play does help with inclusivity. It gets a lot of people into the game and gets a lot of people into Halo. It gives people the ability to experience Halo that normally wouldn't have experienced Halo. And that is special to me in some ways. But I feel like if Halo Infinite released as a full, completed $60 product, everyone would have been singing its praises. Everyone would have said, "Little Timmy, save up your allowance." Or, "Little Jessica, tell your parents you want this for Christmas." It's that good. But instead, Halo Infinite is not competing against Call of Duty or Battlefield. It's competing against Warzone, Apex, Fortnite. It's competing for people's time that of course love Halo and would have spent $60 like myself. It's also competing for the time of people that they sit down and they're like, Warzone or Madden? To summarize, to explain my little silly self, I just want games to have a premium standard that they have to live up to. And I think one of the reasons I'm feeling that right now is because for the first time in many years, Call of Duty actually lived up to its price tag for me. That's incredible. So it tells me that the era of expecting a big juicy game isn't over, and I can maybe expect the next Call of Duty to be worth its price tag as well. I don't want the industry to move into this free-to-play, promise-making, hey, it'll get better later, we'll add this later, hey, just buy the battle pass, sit tight, grind the game, we'll get more content out later. I don't want that. You can't hold developers to a standard that ceases to exist due to the game's own business model. And that is what I would like to avoid. See you when I see you. Sorry for another long rant. Goodbye.